I think my husband would agree that I was up at the State House a lot. Thank you. My name is Jennifer Boylan, and I'm a volunteer leader with the Rhode Island chapter of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. I started to do this volunteer work to fend off that helpless and horrible feeling that I just couldn't shake after the Sandy Hook school shooting. And it's pretty much the same helpless and horrible feeling that I have today, that mothers shouldn't have to worry about the safety of their children while they're at school. And more significantly, mothers shouldn't be burying their children when they take a bullet. Every day in America, an average of 96 people die from a gun. And every day, an average of 47 American children and teens are shot. This year alone, 10 people have been murdered by guns in Providence, including now 15-year-old William Parsons. We simply must do more to keep our communities and our children safer. So it's an honor to be here today with all of you to support our incredible governor in her bid for re-election. I first met the governor back in the summer of 2015. I'm sure you remember it. It was a meeting in your office. And your message to me and the other people in the room, we were all sitting around the table, was very simple. It was, how can I help? What can I do? That was how you opened it up. And that proactive position on the issue has continued throughout your administration, your term. At the time, we were ramping up our efforts to shine a light on Rhode Island's very weak domestic violence laws. The gun lobby was fighting us every step of the way, and it would be 2 more years before we would succeed and pass the Protect Rhode Island Families Act that disarms dangerous domestic abusers. The governor signed that bill into law about a year ago, and it was a major accomplishment, as you all know, for victims and families of Rhode Island. But it was only the beginning for Governor Raimondo. The legislative session of 2018 started out relatively quietly. We had planned on prioritizing something that most people had never heard of at the time, a red flag law. The idea behind the red flag law is really simple. When a person is in crisis, they often show warning signs that they are a risk to themselves or others. Red flag laws empower family members and law enforcement to recognize these warning signs and petition a court to temporarily restrict a person's access to guns. The red flag laws stop warning signs from escalating into tragedies. They're proven to save lives, and in fact, research shows that red flag laws can reduce gun deaths by gun suicide, which account for 2/3 of our country's gun deaths. So our plan for this year was to advocate for a red flag law. That's how it started. Then on February 14th, a gunman opened fire at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, killing 17 students and staff members and injuring 17 other people. Most of the dead were children. Their surviving classmates grabbed the mic, and they have not let go of that mic. They have not stopped screaming and advocating, and I hope they never stop. The shooting sparked unprecedented demand for common sense gun laws. As the reporters down in Florida started filling in the blanks, trying to explain how and why such a tragedy could have happened, the world learned of all the red flags, the warnings that had been missed that could have prevented that terrible shooting. Only someone had intervened. Almost overnight, a red flag law was being discussed all over the country in every state. And Governor Raimondo wasted no time. She issued the executive action just 12 days after Parkland, establishing a statewide red flag policy. No other governor had signed an executive action like this. Our governor here in Rhode Island boldly led the way. Strong red flag bills were introduced in both the House and Senate shortly after that, and these bills passed into law in late May with support from leadership with support of leadership in both chambers. Think about that, guys. As a bonus, the bump stock prohibition also passed into law. Guns equipped with bump stocks were used in the largest and deadliest mass shooting in modern American history last year in Las Vegas at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival. And the governor signed both of these bills into law in June. I want to mention one other significant result of the order, the red flag order that the governor issued. It was establishing the governor's working group to study gun violence reduction strategies. I'm fortunate to be one of the members of this working group. It's a dream team of about 40 people who bring a tremendous breadth of expertise on the table. We have members of the judiciary, the AG's office, local law enforcement, gun violence prevention advocates, mental health advocates, public health advocates, educators, community members, affected victims of gun violence, including students. The working group is going to provide us with a priority roadmap for reducing gun violence that the Raimondo administration can follow for the next 4 years. So watch for this critical announcement of these recommendations, hopefully this fall. We need to keep this momentum going because we have so much work to do. We need to curb easy access to illegal guns in our cities. We need a suite of strategies to curb daily gun violence and solve all gun crimes to bring justice for victims and their families. We need to pass the Safe Schools Act to ban guns from our public and private K-12 schools. We need to raise the age to buy a long gun from 18 up to 21. And we should limit magazine capacity and ban semi-automatic assault weapons here in Rhode Island. To do this and more, we need the leadership of Gina Raimondo as governor to continue for 4 more years. So please join me in doing everything you can to help reelect Gina Raimondo for governor, the candidate endorsed by Everytown for Gun Safety, with a proven track record of taking action to curb gun violence.